Yes, guys, this is the first time I've shown my face. Probably the camera lagged there for a second, but yeah, first time showing my face. I used to didn't make vlogs and stuff. I might start making vlogs, I don't know. But yeah, I had really bad acne face, and so I really didn't want to show that. And yeah, so this is E3 coverage on Modern Warfare 3 of Sark, and I think one of the game designers is working on it. I think Sark got to play a little bit of beta, and yeah, so this Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, solo gameplay, no multiplayer, but it looks pretty good. I watched some of it. I watched some of it, and so yeah, please. This is actually the second time I record this, because for some reason I forget when I record on this or something that it records like upside down, so I had to flip the camera around so where it is normal, and so I have the camera like backwards right now recording on my iPod, and hopefully this one will turn normally when I import it, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Your shootouts and maybe cries a little.
We hope so.
Yeah, you guys turned it up. Is this a good example of what we can look forward to, like campaign length, or have we escalated up to this?
No, I mean, you're going to be seeing stuff like this. I mean, you had those big set piece moments, but now that we're in the major cities, you're seeing them in like New York. You're seeing a sub come up in the New York harbor. You're seeing all this crazy stuff. We're going to London. We're going to parts of the Himalayas, Russia, parts of Africa. We're hitting major hotspots all around the world. I mean, I know you guys have seen our trailer of like just hot spots all around the place, major cities, major locations, and you're seeing this huge ass moments everywhere.
And those moments are, you know, they're going to take place in those places anyway. Where you're going to have the buildings falling. In other places, you're going to have rock slides and landslides and huge forest fires and things like that. So maybe we've amped it up, but we're just kind of we're doing what would take place in those levels.
Yeah, and Manhattan's just the beginning. This takes place early. From a story standpoint, this picks up hours after the end of Modern Warfare 2. DC's burning, the war has escalated up the eastern seaboard of the United States. You know, traditional military is on the fritz. It requires Delta to be boots on the ground, really pushing the Russians out. So
Yeah,
this is just the beginning.
Group. Yeah, I mean, later on we've got, you know, thousands of troops and things like that. So,
Really?
Yeah, it gets bigger.
I don't think any of our viewers, and we've got a lot of COD fans in the machinima ranks, I don't think anybody would debate me if I said that the thing that defines the series is the gameplay. You guys have like the gold standard, in my opinion, as far as like controls, responsiveness.
Thank you.
What have you done with this? Like, how much has this inherited from the past games? Have you stepped it up in ways that we don't know?
I mean, I'd say the main thing, you know, we were fans, right? And when we came on, the main thing for us was the feel of it too. And 60 frames per second is you know, it's just sort of the thing that we don't mess with.
Yeah.
It can never, ever, ever drop. So that's the first and foremost, that's our rule. That's the rule we inherited from them, and so everything starts with that.
Yeah, some of our heavy duty like online murderers, that's make or break. If some other game comes up and it's running at 30, they're like, nah, pass.
Yeah, I mean, the 60 frames per second is what sells that smooth gameplay. I mean, that's why your controls are so tight. That's what sells everything. And then, you know, moving into different games, we're looking at, you know, other features that we're incorporating, like, you know, the dual scope stuff, and making sure that that's fitting in with that philosophy. And then a game of this scale where the, you know, the landscape is so massive and epic, you have to make sure that you're maintaining that smooth, buttery smooth gameplay and gun control. Because, like you said, it all comes down to that.
Yeah, so we had to do a lot of optimizing to the engine so that we could, you know, make sure that the graphics are up to the standards, that the new audio systems, everything, but still maintain at 60. And you know, there's some games that will say they're at 60 and they're still going to dip, and you're going to feel that dip, and we'll never dip.
Yeah, more importantly than anything, we're always looking at also how can we add to that experience? Because, you know, being a Call of Duty player, and these guys online can relate, it's all about situational awareness, especially in multiplayer. So we looked at Modern Warfare 3 of like, how can we amp that up? Because, you know, players like me, I love hardcore. So when I'm playing hardcore, it's all about the sights, the sounds. You're not relying on HUD. You're not relying on all these things that give you slight advantages. So we were looking at what we could do there in the audio engine with bullet whiz-by. So just by a whiz-by, because when you get hit, you know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But a whiz-by, you need to also be able to pick out a sniper simply by his missed shots. A run and gunner simply by his bullets hitting your side. So we're doing a lot of stuff in the audio to allow you to do that. We've been tweaking the damage screen, so you know when you get shot, stuff comes up on screen. We've been cleaning that up a little bit, giving it more direction, moving directional, so you know where you're getting shot from when you do get hit. So with a combination of whiz-bys and tweaks to there, we're always looking at how we can, you know, polish it up and tweak it up and add to it to give that core player like more situational awareness, because that's key to me as a hardcore.
Well, while Adrian is like rocking and rolling here, AK-47s, AK-74Us, I could go off.
There we go.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, this is our new one, our XM25 grenade launcher, and what it does is it will laze on a target, say those sandbags there, and then you just will shoot it just above it, and it actually will go about a meter past and explode down, killing anything behind it. This is another example where authenticity and realism is really important to us, because this is what they're using now. Some of the Spec Ops guys, and we'll use what was called a 9-bang instead of a flashbang. So we're out there trying to figure out what they're using, what the Spec Ops guys are using. That was fun as hell.
If somebody was behind cover and you couldn't get a grenade to either side of that cover, you could, in theory, shoot that right over his head.
Yeah, so basically that sight, once you lace the target, it calculates the distance to that target. It will program the actual round, the grenade round, to explode 1 meter past that destination.
Okay.
So it's really cool. I want to make sure to note that everything we're seeing here is single player. All the new stuff, all the stuff. I want to make sure, especially for the Machinima audiences, everybody wants to know what's going into multiplayer, how's it going to work in multiplayer. We take everything we put in the game very seriously, and I see, especially moving into Modern Warfare 3, we've been watching all the commentary videos, we've been watching everything to make sure that we're balancing this stuff out. We're losing OMA, we're losing Commando, we're losing all the stuff that we know the guys have been saying, making sure that we're balancing stuff. So I'm not saying what's in multiplayer, we're not announcing new weapons yet, but I want to make sure that they know that we're making sure everything is balanced to make sure that it's fast-paced, infantry-based, gun-on-gun combat. So take this as you will. Single player is all about the authentic and fun aspect of it. Don't let you freak that out to multiplayer, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming there.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth a bit. I wanted to stress that we're not breaking down multiplayer stuff here. I'm glad you threw that out there, though, because there is confusion sometimes. But
every demo we do, you know, I see people lining up Twitter like, hey, App402, like, how's that going to work in multiplayer? That's going to be OP. And it's like, take a step back, because we'll dive into that.
And it's been the same thing. I mean, there's always elements in campaign that don't make it into multi, because it would just be game breaking. So you guys are just going to have to glean what you can. Hints and dreams are all you're getting multiplayer-wise from this. You're definitely starting a weapons list. There's some new gadgets. The game looks great, and it's running awesome. So, I mean, your list of multiplayer concepts is starting to come together as viewers.
Rob brought on a good point, though, is we are listening. I mean, we get tons and tons of stuff, right? And we're bringing back some of the old favorites, and we're getting rid of the ones that don't make it balanced. We are listening. It's just there's millions of.
This is my favorite time when we start showing stuff, because I love that we showed when the SAS mission that we're bringing back the COD 4 style MP5. I love that we're bringing back like all the old favorites, because that's what Modern Warfare 3 is all about to me. It's about really focusing and polishing up the stuff we loved from Call of Duty 4. I mean, I think of Call of Duty 4 as our base. Let's build up from Call of Duty 4. Take the stuff we love from Modern Warfare 2. Lose the stuff that, went out there too far. Polish it up. Make it right. This game, for me, is all about the player. It's all about that hardcore audience and really giving somebody everything. Like, the campaign that we're looking at now, that's great for those cinematic moments. And then Spec Ops, we're blowing that out in a big way. And then multiplayer, which this crowd here, that's what we're jonesing for. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
One of the other things we spent a lot of time on with this game too is story, and we've right from the beginning, when the two teams got together and started talking, we hit it off right from the beginning on what the story should be. Like I said, we came at it as fans. They came at it as we made the game, and we were so aligned on what the story should be. And we've been working on that, spending a lot of time on that. Getting the dialogue right, and I think that's going to show through a lot on this game as well.
Yeah, I had like sort of a two-part question for both of you guys, and I would say like the general gamer usually, I would say a lot of them don't know where their games come from. It's a title, and they're going to play it because it's fun. Maybe it's a franchise they enjoy, but I'd say the average Joe a lot of times doesn't know the guys behind the games. In your case, now that you guys have teamed up with this franchise, I think people are really paying attention with who's making what. So my question to you is, what is it like stepping into this? Because I mean, you're rocking the Sledgehammer Games banner,
right? And
you're joining forces with Infinity Ward,
right?
Who, if I just take a moment and nerd out, Modern Warfare 1 is the point where that's where the franchise like put on a jetpack, without any jetpacks, but you know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So what was that like for you guys? Because I think people at this point, it's sort of like a gamer's general hospital, watching the making of Calls of Duty.
Right. Well, look, when we sat down, we, like I said, we're huge fans, love the game, and we were honored to be working with them. And we didn't split the game in half. That's what people are like. What part did you take? What part did we look at it as? We're one big team, and
it's not like a campaign multiplayer split.
No,
like,
not at all. No, we are working
amoeba
together, and working on levels together, working on everything, characters, animation, tools. Everything is a co-development, and for us to be working on it is a dream come true. I mean, I wouldn't have thought when we put Sledgehammer together less than 2 years ago that we'd be working on the biggest game in the industry.
Ever?
Ever. The biggest thing in entertainment.
Yeah, that's kind of a big thing to step into.
Yeah.
No,
I'll take it.
I think it's good for the fans to be, knowing who's behind each game, because especially now where we're at as a franchise, Treyarch has their very own take. And with Black Ops, they did a lot of really cool stuff with Black Ops, and it was in their style. Where Modern Warfare has its own style. The pacing is different, the firefights are different.
Totally.
Every game has their own personality.
The look, the feel.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Call of Duty 4, which, to a lot of us is our all-time favorite. That was all about simplistic, gun-on-gun gameplay. Modern Warfare 2 was all about fast pace, faster pace than COD 4. Guys went down quicker. It was a lot about air support, kill streak stacking, stuff like that. Modern Warfare 3, we're looking at it at a different angle. Like I said, building up from Call of Duty 4, everybody puts their own twist on it.
Yeah. I would say, again, another nerd out moment. I would say with Black Ops, the franchise has definitely hit and passed a fork in the road. Like, there's definite differences now between the ways that the games are going.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Maybe to the casual eye, this is like, it's more Call of Duty. But if you spend more than 8 hours playing multiplayer or either of the campaigns, you'll instantly be able to, they're different games now. So
yeah, absolutely.
When this is, this coming up, you shouldn't have the vibe like, more COD. It should be, stoked to see what you guys are cooking up. It's actually kind of interesting to me now that you guys are in the mix, because it adds kind of an element of like, where are we going with this? You're like wild cards.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been great for both of us. We'll come in with an idea and they'll enhance it, or we'll enhance. It's two really good teams, and just when our brainstorming meetings, we'll go further.
Right.
And we're pushing each other, and I think there's right now we're just like a really well-honed machine. We're just cranking out. And for a little while there, we had to learn the style, but
no, I think
we're on.
I think that generally speaking, people are really curious about where this game's going next, where the franchise is going next.
I'm excited. I mean, right now we're really only talking about campaign. That's what we're diving deep on.
Totally.
And then we still have Spec Ops, which has the old classic mission mode, but then we're bringing in survival mode to it, where it's waves and waves of increasingly more difficult enemies. We're bringing in matchmaking, progressive ranking for multiplayer in the Spec Ops, so you can rank up. So hour 1 of Spec Ops completely different than hour 10, because you're getting new kill streaks, new gear, new weapons. You can unlock a lot of cool stuff there. And then of course, once we open that door to the beast that is multiplayer, there's so much here. And I want to especially make clear to the Machinima community that we are watching, all the major player videos. We're watching a lot of the minor player videos who want to get into the major players. We're listening to you guys, so make sure you're sending your videos to us on Twitter.
Yeah.
A lot of the videos, will end up being rant videos. Those are useful, but also, tell us what you're liking.
Right.
We want to see your pure gameplay videos of like, this is the style I like and this is why. Ranting videos help. Commentary videos in general are always fantastic. I want to make sure that we're reaching out to your guys, getting them involved early on, before we open that door to multiplayer, and bringing in a few of you guys to the studio early on and just getting raw feedback.
Yeah, at 402 on Twitter. He's almost too accessible, I would say. I might actually criticize you. You're just too nice. Then you open yourself up to the monsters.
Yeah. I was playing.
He deals with it better than me. I would be like on a plane. I'd have my internet provider giving me addresses. Like, where the fuck is this going?
The thing is,
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me because we've had to learn from them.
Now you're getting some.
Yeah, but it is really good to get all that info.
Hey, maybe you can't tell here, but Glenn looks like he bench presses bulldozers. You don't want him showing up on your doorstep. He will push your shit in training day style. I'm just saying. He will end you.
Yeah. The rant, don't put your name on it. Yeah.
No, you guys, amazing. I look forward to seeing, I want to see your panoramic. At the Activision booth, there's a panoramic video playing of some COD details that I haven't seen. I'm going to head over there, check it out. You guys absolutely rock. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Really appreciate it.
It's good to sit down with you.
And I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you sooner than later. Yeah?
I hope so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're sending it back to you upstairs, Kovic.